Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Puzzles RS coming with another Slayer video, a quick log if you will. And today I'm doing Fire Giants. Just did a quick Calfight task. You know, the Calfight tasks, they always remind me of the movie Starship Troopers. Kind of lame, but that movie was the fucking sickest thing I had ever seen when I was in grade 3. Like, I now going back to it, it's a little bad. Like, I mean, it's good bad. I love it. It's so bad it's good. The characters say shit that no human being would ever say. The special effects are pretty fucking stellar. Actually, I think they hold up. But the story's silly. There's a lot of goofiness. A lot of the jokes really don't go over as well as they did when I was like 9. But overall, it's a fucking awesome movie. Totally check it out. It's a classic. Even if it is a little campy and silly. I think that's the intention, though. I don't think it was supposed to be like this. You know, it seemed like it was a self-aware movie. That's all I can say. Anyways, on to the main topic I want to discuss. Have you ever had to deal with entitlement in RuneScape? I know everyone's had to deal with it in real life. You know, that person who, even though you already were going into that spot in the parking lot, they have to pull ahead in front of you and like, oh, what's the matter? It's a problem. I got here first. That parking spot is just as much mine as it is yours. You know, everyone has that shit in their lives. It's a day-to-day thing everyone encounters. It's something that probably we, in our less self-aware moments, do ourselves. We feel entitled to, you know, the food on our plates, that kind of stuff. Normal things. But, you know, some people take it too far. They how should I put this? They just have a constant feeling of self-entitlement, if that is the proper term. But I think this does carry over into RuneScape for sure. I think the first example has to do with begging. You know, you always see that guy who is standing in Varrock, wearing not much, they don't have any stats, and they're like, 1 mil please. I really need it to feed my family. I can't make money unless you give me this 1 mil. Or whatever. And it's like, dude, you're like level 60. What the fuck would you even do with 1 mil? Like get your prayer to 55 or like do so. You can make that 1 mil easily yourself and get the stats in the process. Handing you out is actually probably going to hurt you more than help you. Because you're probably just going to blow it on something stupid like gilded legs and plate body and then just ask for more money or do whatever the hell you want. I know because I did get a handout from one of my friends who was really rich back in about 2009. He was always better than me at this game. Not anymore, of course, I'm way better than him. But basically, he had about a 40 mil bank back then, which was pretty insane. That's like several rares at the time. And, you know, it was verifiably pretty damn rich. And I remember him finally saying, you know, man, you're pretty bad. You wear like Addy plate body and you train you do flax for money making even though you can easily just do green drags. Like, he basically just said, here, have 2 mil as a startup. And you know what I spent that on? I'm pretty sure I bought a Dragon 2-hander and like a Zamorak plate, because that was at 1 mil at the time. I think it was 1.2 mil for it was basically I spent the entire thing on 2 useless items. And I kept those items and I trained with them and I got something probably like 15k XP an hour. And eventually I lost them doing God knows what. It was 2008. I was like 11. Sorry if I can't remember. I was actually 12. Never mind. I was 12. So that's a little bit less forgivable. Either way, it was a pretty stupid thing to do. And I realized that all he needed to do was just give me the info and saying, do some dragons, maybe start Slayer, train some other skills like woodcutting or fishing, maybe even mining. And then you can get your money up. But, you know, just giving a handout isn't going to do anything. You know, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll probably not find work. You know what I mean. But here's the worst story about entitlement in this game that I've ever had to face. So, on my main, this is a side account, okay? My main is on live game, and I could show you the accounts sometime, but basically I have max combat, 99s, 99s, 99s. I have 99 Slayer, and a few other 99s. I think it's 90. I think I have like about 106 Dungeoneering, 99 Wood Cutting, 99, 98 Fire Making. I never did finish that one. A few others. I think I had like 11 or 12. I think I had 98 Agility. I had a lot. It was a good account, okay? I quit kind of around the EOC time, but it was basically a good account. And I had a pretty big bank. It's actually why I have all this bank here. I did a lot of transferring back when that was acceptable. And I probably had around 500, 600 mil bank. I used to slay and Torva, even though that wasn't efficient, just because it was fun. Yeah, it was pretty fun. And I remember one time, it was, I gotta think. It was a Black Demons task, okay? And I was turmoiling, and this other guy who, I don't know what he was doing. He clearly wasn't there to kill Black Demons, because he was a pretty big noob. His combat was relatively low. He didn't have much money. I think he was just there because he was exploring the Slayer cave or whatever it was. It wasn't the actual Slayer. It was the one that's in the Wilderness Slayer cave with the Black Demons, the Dust Devils, the zombies. You know what I mean? And pretty much he was like, "Hey, buddy, you mind just leaving your drops, like your rune plate bodies and your ashes? It would really help a lot." And I'm like, uh, not really, man. I kind of need to get these loots so I don't, like, lose, like, 2 mil a task. And he goes, "Well, man, like, you already have full Torva. You already have, like, you're using Turmoil. You're maxed in a bunch of combats and stuff. You don't need that money. I need that money." And I'm like, "You don't know my expenses, buddy." I just politely kept declining, and that was about it. I thought he would go away because, you know, I guess in his mind it was worth a shot, right? But that wasn't the end of it. He basically wouldn't relent. He was going, "Wow, man, I can't believe it. Fucking rich get richer, am I right? You're just some rich asshole who won't even give the money to someone who's normal at this game. You have no life, or you bought it all those stats, I can tell. Just please, dude, give me the goddamn money. I'll fucking leave you alone." I'm like, really, dude? Really? Like, first off, it's pretty annoying to ask for someone to give you their drops that they're working for while you're just standing around. Second off, when they say no, it's not something that you should get angry at because it's their drops, remember? It's not like you're duoing and that person gets like a visage and they're like, I don't want to split. Like, yeah, maybe you can get mad then, but I was doing all the work and he was just standing there going, You owe me this. This is mine. I need this gold. You don't need this gold." And it's like, really? This is what this game is? And I eventually just muted him because I told him, like, "Look, dude, you're not entitled to the drops that I get. You know, this is my Slayer task. I'm not here as a charity. I need this money because I need pretty much to not be spending more than I want to on Slayer tasks." And that was unreasonable. I was being a dick. You know, people just blow me away though sometimes. I'll be honest, another time of entitlement in RuneScape that really got on my nerves was. Oops, hold on. I thought that was a rune spear for some reason. I don't know why. These have never been worth picking up. Like, I remember doing these back in the day at even like friggin' Iron Dragons. I think they dropped them too. Everything drops them, but like they're so bad. Like, I remember going, "Hey, can I at least elk them?" Nope. Can I, sell them? They don't sell for like. They only sell for like 70 GP. Like, seriously, Jagex, either buff or just remove fucking javelins and throwing axes. I mean, don't even start by telling me, "Oh man, look, like that rude battle axe is really fucking useful, or throwing axe is really useful because you get to like throw it at the Dagonauts." You know that's just like a strange interaction that probably wasn't intentional. And besides, that doesn't make it a good item that it has one obscure tertiary use that only affects like fucking like less than 1% of the freaking population, because most people who do DKs probably don't even use that trick right now. And guess what? Most people don't even do DKs, period. So it's on whole a shitty item. Same with these damn javelins. Like, have you ever seen someone seriously, and I don't mean like a noob who doesn't know better, I'm saying like seriously go, alright, here's my guide to killing generic boss number 5. Alright, what you want to do is take your javelins, because those are really, 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 really good DPS against this monster. Or no, you don't, because they're shit. Or do you ever hear, alright, here's my 99 strength guide. What we're going to want to do is head over to the fire giants, and what you're going to want to do is just use your throwing axes, because they're very useful items. No, they're horrible. They have no purpose in this game other than a random DK cave interaction. And, like, even then it's not necessary. So just fucking remove them or buff them. Or just rework them. Maybe find, like, a way that they can be a good item. Like, you know, I'm trying to think of something, because it is tricky, because they are so stupidly bad, and there's really not much you can do to make them better. Like, I'm thinking maybe an interesting thing you could do with the battle axes is have some sort of effect where they ignore armor because they're just so big. Or give them a really, really high max hit, but a super slow attack speed animation. So you're at least making it like, you know, something that PKers could use as a finishing item. I also could think javelins, they might... I'm trying to think. Maybe make them two-handed and also maybe a bit slower and able to hit really hard. I don't know. Maybe give them a bleed effect where if you hit them, it'll like hit for 1/4 of the damage afterwards. Something like that, because I think there are solutions to fixing these items. It's just that they're so stupid and nobody has ever or ever will seriously use them if they know better, that nobody wants it to be reworked. Like, really, there's no one who gives a shit about javelins. They just accept it as a useless, stupid item that no one will ever use in this game, that are dropped by some Slayer monsters, and that's essentially all there is to it. I hope they do something with them, though. I think the EOC, as much of it was a really divisive and arguably negative effect on the Runescape community, I think that one of the things that I liked the most about it, and what kept me interested for quite a while after its release, more so than most people at least, was that they really did work hard to make a lot more weapons viable. I really liked that it wasn't only like fastest attack speed weapon of slot is the most efficient. Anything that's, and then the highest strength bonus is the best, like KO weapon or anti-tank weapon, and anything else in between is generally shitty or very specific in uses. Like Chaotic Longsword it wasn't the worst. It was definitely not as good as Rapier for efficient slaying. And it wasn't like a KO weapon like the Maul. So it wasn't as good as either of them in PKing, but it was still decent. I think that I remember actually doing a lot of Bandos with it. There's a few other bosses. I think I did Zamorak with it too. It was a good weapon for bossing. That was it. And even then, the Rapier and Maul were still pretty damn comparable. Like, it wasn't like, oh, it is by far and away the best bossing weapon in this game. No, it was still pretty meaty. It was still about as good as the Rapier, as good as the Maul, except for maybe Bandos. I think it was better for Bandos. That's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree, but yeah. I thought it was cool, really, though, that they did diversify, meaning that there was different tasks where it would be smart to use, like, a long sword, some tasks where it would be smart to use, a battle axe, that kind of thing. I mean, obviously, that's not really how it worked out for me, because I wasn't using shit like dragon battle axes and stuff, because my attack was 99, so I was using rapiers and mauls and shit, so it was different for me, but it still was felt that you could use different items and still find success. Now, I'm getting pretty carried away here. really damn carried away. I think there was like 5 minutes ago I said I was going to get into another story. Jesus Christ, report me GG feeding. Oh my god. So, anyways, another really bad thing that happened to me was actually on the topic of dungeoneering. There was this one time where me and my buddy, we used to do a lot of dungeoneering. As I said, I was like one of six. We used to basically get with each other and then sometimes with some higher levels and just run through floors really quick. We weren't like MLG elite, oh my god, fast gear, but we were pretty good. So what eventually happened though is that there was kind of a thing that there's always I think it was called carrying, hosting. I don't remember what it was, but basically you would have one member of the party who wasn't there to do the keying. They weren't there to do the fighting. They were just there to leech. It was leeching, that was it. And they would just get XP and tokens, AFK completely. It was, I don't know, it was pretty fair. Sometimes it would be a buddy that you would give a hand. Sometimes it would be someone who just, says, all right, I'll pay you some money if I can do this. And it's like, fair enough, thanks. But there was this one time where pretty much this one guy who, he did not have a very good dungeoneering level. I think he was about level 50. He's like, all right, can you guys host? Can you guys leash me? And already we're like, well, we can't really do much. We're not really going to be able to accept pay for this because it's not very good. You're going to get like doing lower floors. It's just kind of shitty. And he's like, all right, well, okay, yeah. Let's just do a few floors and maybe I can do it for free or pay you afterwards. It was stupid. He basically got a couple of free floors off of us. That's fine. It was lower level. Those are fast and easy anyways. But the thing is that after we cleared those floors and we're like, all right, buddy, you're at your cap. We can't push you any further. Just maybe reset and we'll talk to you later because we got to finish this reset. And he goes, fuck that, you guys gotta leech me more. Or I gotta leech more. And we're like, excuse me? Like, we can't like redo floors. That's gonna be shitty XP and there's no reason why we should do that anyways because you're not really paying us. And well, he's like, well, what's wrong with this community? Not even willing to help out a good guy. And like, he made this big deal about it and huge, oh my god, this community's full of shitheads who get greedy and don't want to help out nice people. Fuck this game. And it's like, come on, man. We just wanted to train. We didn't really... we're already helping you out. But we're not going to fuck over our own XP just to help out someone we don't even know for no pay. Like, I'm sorry, dude. It's just not very fair for us. Like... you're not just expecting help, you're expecting us to like willingly put ourselves at a massive disadvantage to help you and free of charge and absolutely no reason to do so. We don't know you. And he starts flaming us and he's going, you know what, I got my JMod friend, he's gonna come mute you guys if you don't do this. And at that point we're like, okay, what the fuck? This guy is a piece of shit. He's like, now he's actively threatening us. And I mean, we didn't really buy it, but he's still going on. He's going, well, any of you guys have YouTubes? And no one said yes, even the ones that did, because who the fuck wants to deal with this idiot? And he just keeps going. He won't leave it alone. He won't just say, yeah, sure, thanks for the floors, see you guys later. He starts pressing us and insulting us. And, like, it was just so irrational and stupid. Like, why do we need to deal with your crap? And we didn't. We just basically muted him and said later, hopped worlds, and blocked him. It's pretty easy, actually. And that's really why I can't accept this whole Runescape is a toxic community. You can always deal with pricks and stuff, and everyone's a jackass. Because first off, I think that the community is amazing. This is a great community we have here. Second off, when someone is being a dick, just turn your public chat off or hop worlds. You know, crashing isn't a new thing. Like, it's been a thing for the entirety of RuneScape, crashing. Like, I remember even seeing like a funny screenshot on Reddit, I think, from like 2002 or 3, where it says, uh, some things never change, or something along those lines. And it was like a picture of either, it was very, very, or it was pretty late, I think, Ars Classic. So like very end, almost RuneScape 2. And it was someone killing greater demons in the wilderness. And then another person going, wow, I've been here for like 2 hours. What the fuck's your problem? Just hop, you asshole. And I mean, he wasn't as vulgar because bans were kind of more common back then. But it was about this. It was on the same lines as that, and it was just pretty funny because, you know, some things never do change. Anyways, you've just listened to me ramble for 21 minutes straight. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, or don't. That's fine too. Thank you very much.